while their presence in sacred texts like Isaiah suggests a connection to grace and blessings. And I have a staff made of pine tree or pine wood or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Some people can weather the storm. Truth is, most people can't. But you can do anything you put your mind to. As a man thinks is what he will be. So if you think you will lose, then you will lose. If you think you will win, then you will win. Rising and falling aren't based on your situations all the time. It's based on how you respond, not react. Don't react. Reacting is, let's say someone cut you off in traffic. Now you cussing, you screaming, you throwing fits. You're reacting. You should respond. They cut you off, hit the brakes. Go to the other lane. Whatever. That's a response. Will your chest remain high in confidence like it was when you entered full of energy? Will your confidence drop low? Or will your confidence drop low when you've been beaten and bruised and your energy is gone? Because it doesn't matter if you're tired. It doesn't matter if you're frustrated. It doesn't matter if you're heartbroken. It doesn't matter if you're sad or depressed. The truth is, your emotions are alarm systems that something is wrong. Your emotions are notifications, not guidance, not for guidance, not to be led by. And once you understand, okay, this happened, acknowledge the situation. Acknowledge how you feel about it. But your mind is what will guide your next step. Okay? You just, I don't know, you just stepped on some gum on the road or something. Okay, how did that make me feel? I just bought these shoes. Okay, what am I going to do about it? Scrape the gum off or get some new shoes? And that's the reality of how things go. That's how we need to walk. It's hard, but it can be done. What matters is, will you keep going? You can cry, you can kick, you can scream, question God. But will you get back up and continue? Even though your situation may look done. Are you going to accept that as the truth? Or are you going to hold faith in God for the entire duration? Because we serve a God that has raised people from the dead. We serve a God that himself that destroyed his temple and built it back up in 3 days. We serve a God that preserved the body of his prophet Moses. We serve a God that delivered us from sin. We serve a God that sent his only begotten son to die and raised him from the dead. We serve a God that created a world in darkness. The darkness told him no. But that did not stop God. God said, let there be. Let there be light. Where? In the darkness. In the darkness. Let's go to Genesis right quick. I ain't even done But this is where we're going right now. So maybe that's all God had to say. Let's go to Genesis right quick. You feel me? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and empty, and darkness covered the deep waters. So God himself was in a dark place trying to make something. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the water. What does that look like? Imagine yourself in your situation. I don't like this. It's darkness. You're meditating. It looks like you're meditating. It looks like you're thinking. It looks like you're trying to process. Your spirit is hovering over the waters. What can I do about this? God said, "Let there be light." And light came about. God said, "I like this." Then he separated the light from the darkness. So not only was there darkness, there's also light. And he separated it. So the darkness still had a purpose. God called the light day and the darkness night. There will be dark times in life. There will also be good times in life. But no, God has allowed both. That is the truth. And evening passed and morning came. God's mercy is renewed every morning. You may be going through a dark time right now, but remember, God himself started off in the dark. We read it here in Genesis. I ain't making nothing up. It's right here. God himself started off in the dark. He was in a dark situation. He said, "Let there be light." Then he separated the darkness from the light. He says, no, the darkness has a purpose. The darkness has a purpose. I wanted the light, but I'm going to use the darkness for a purpose as well. He said, the light is good, but I'm not throwing away this darkness. Evening passed, so the dark, right? We just playing with the word right now. And evening passed, and morning came. So your dark time it's not gonna be forever, man. Nighttime doesn't last forever. The Lord's mercy is renewed every morning. It's renewed every morning. Remember that. So whatever you're going through right now, it's in the darkness where seeds grow. When you plant a seed, you got to put it in the soil, and after it's covered up, it's dark. You got to water that seed in faith. You don't see the seed growing, but you water it. That's like praying. That's like fasting. That's believing before you receive. And as you keep watering, the roots of the seed begin to sprout, and now they're embedded in the soil. Keep praying. Keep praying. You may not see that thing growing. And sometimes God allows us to see something growing. And sometimes we just can't believe it, because the situation looks so dire. But the truth is, even in your doubt, put it at God's feet and keep watering. Keep going. Because you don't want to stop watering something too early. and hold time.